What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. It's Monday, which means leg day. I'm 6 weeks out. Well, this Saturday was 6 weeks out, so technically I'm under 6 weeks out. So I guess a couple days under 6 weeks out, and I'm gonna hit legs at Zoo Culture today. Quad focused leg day on the menu. I'm gonna try to go as heavy as possible. I don't really have light days or anything like that. If you guys have been watching the videos, really no light days, anything like that. I don't even do like deload weeks. It's more so if something hurts, I'll back off of it. If I feel like something isn't recovering, like, you know, I had a knee injury, so I had to pull back. Well, I actually couldn't even train quads for a couple of weeks, but when I was able to, I didn't just go 100%. I started, you know, slowly on the range of motion, slowly on the weight, slowly on the volume. I actually kept the volume low because I feel like my legs actually improved and stayed fuller than the past, so I'm actually keeping volume lower all around. I think it's benefited my body. I'm able to recover better. So sometimes something bad happens and something good happens. Something good comes out of it, right? You get like a bad thing that happens to you, but you learn a lesson that you can incorporate to actually make yourself better. You know, that's the beautiful part about life. I think bad things are necessary because temporarily, let's say that, temporarily when things seem bad, it's usually not that bad. And you get over it, you get past it. But when you get past it, now that experience just made you a better person, you know, made you wiser, made you smarter, made you better in every way possible. So the bad things actually make you better, you know. If you had nothing but good things happen to you, you would never learn any lessons, and you would never actually feel the need to improve, or, you know. So you wouldn't improve because there will be no need to. So this is why bad things are needed, and this is why losses are necessary in life. If you never lost before, you know, you never get that fire of wanting to win, right? Because you've always won. So it's not something you really have to think deeply about or really take it to the next level. If level 1 is working for you, you're just gonna stay at level 1. When you get a couple losses, then you go up to level 2 and level 3 and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what losses are all about. But anyways, yeah, so the volume's staying on the lower side, but training is always heavy, always as heavy as possible, as long as I feel good. Granted, today I'm going to go into it with the idea of I'm going to go as heavy as possible, which is what I'm going to do. But judging on the warm-ups, how, you know, everything feels from my knees to my strength, then I'll be able to have a better gauge of how heavy we're going to go, you know, and how many sets we're going to do. I have an idea, obviously I have a range, but that always varies depending on what's going on. So I guess we're gonna see what we got. Strength has been at honesty pretty decent, if I'm not gonna lie. You know, obviously energy is low, that's to be expected, but that's not gonna stop you from pushing. You know, at very most, I'm down a couple reps on my lifts, but that's it. Still the same weight. And the other day I was watching myself train shoulders, like an old video, and I'm like, I had sleeves on or elbow wraps and shit, and I did the exercise first, and then I look at now, I did the same thing, but I did the exercise second, and I had no sleeves on. So I'm like, if you do the bodybuilding math, I'm actually just as strong, right? You subtract a couple reps from not being as fresh when you hit the movement. Then you subtract a couple reps from the cushion you get from the elbow sleeves, because this is the PR. It was the PR elbow sleeves which are gonna definitely give you some boost, more boost than you would get from like sleeves or something like that. So I'm like, technically if you even out those factors, I'm actually just as strong as off season. So that's something that put a smile on my face, knowing that I'm retaining my tissue. But obviously that's a good indicator if you're retaining tissue by tracking your gym performance. That's why I don't believe in changing exercises too frequently or too all over the place. Best case scenario, if you can have a workout A, workout B, and toggle between those both, or if you even get deeper in prep, could literally just do the same exact workout every single time. The exercise that you feel, exercises that you connect with, that feel good, and then you can really track your performance there. If you're doing the same exact workout every single workout, I mean, you'll be able to catch every little hiccup. That's gonna really allow you to track real good. I've never done that to that extent. I usually have a workout A, workout B, and then sometimes I'm just not feeling something, so I'll switch it out. My training is very instinctual, but I'm also at a point where I can do that. If you're like more of a beginner, you don't have enough wisdom or enough feel and connection to be able to have that many variables. So I would keep it more controlled. But for me, depends how I'm feeling. I can switch it up on the fly. I can't do RDLs today. I'm not recovered. My nervous system not feeling up to it. Things like that. Yeah, this quad workout, I'm thinking of, obviously this is all subject to change based off how I'm feeling, how which piece of equipment is taken, etc. Because I'm not somebody who waits for machines. I'll just do something else. Especially in prep, I get a little antsy. I'm not gonna take up 5-10 minutes even waiting for a machine. Right now, the plan I have is adductors, good old adductors to start. Get into some extensions, then work my way into more than likely some hack squats, then maybe finish off with some leg press. Or I can flip those around, do leg press first, then finish off with some hack squats. That actually sounds really good. I might do it that way, but let's see. My knee's been feeling good, so I might just jump straight into the hack squats, but let's see. The issue is at this point in prep, when I do hack squats first, I'm pretty burnt out. So sometimes it feels better to get the leg press out the way before I do the hacks, because the leg press, it doesn't tax me out as much. So when I go into the hack squats after that, I still feel pretty good. But the other way, sometimes after the hack squats, I feel pretty fucked up. I think that's enough talking. Let me get to the gym and I'm gonna holler back at y'all when I'm in the gym. First movement today, we starting with adductors. Got the gym pin on there. Shout out gym pin. If you want to cop any pieces from gym pin, use code MACHO. I'm turning into a human commercial nowadays. But obviously, this is all stuff that I've been using for a long time. If you've watched my videos, you've seen that I use all these things pretty regularly. But yeah, first working set. Let's do it. I think I'm gonna keep it there. I got 12 total, I think. I got like 9 and then 3 force reps. Let's go a little bit lighter. I want to get at least 10 without any assistance, and then I'll get some force reps. I'll probably rest to like 15 seconds after that set. Movements like this that don't take too much of a toll on my nervous system, I don't see the point of sitting around. I don't get winded. I don't get exhausted after this. So most of my rest time is just to catch my breath for the most part. So once my heart rate is just down already, I'm not gonna wait around for another 2 minutes just because, especially in prep, I'm in better shape. Off season, I might need a little longer to catch my breath. Alright, now we're doing some abductors. Get those glutes going. You gotta have glutes in bodybuilding, man. Can't have a flat ass. Flat ass don't win shows. You gotta have some cake going. Shredded. Shredded glutes. That was a bit heavy. I'll do one more. Alright, first movement for quads. Leg extensions. Probably gonna hit 2 working sets here. Well, I'm gonna see how much. If it feels good, sometimes I'll do more.
Here's like hamstring straps.
Alright, next movement, we're doing some hack squats. Heavy as possible. Nice and controlled. I only have a choice but to control it. I'm depleted and I have a knee injury, so that's where we at. But we still gonna push it. I'll probably do a drop set. We're leaving. I wouldn't have been able to do that in the off season, but with all this 2 hours of cardio, I got enough stamina. Shit, off season, I don't even know I can do more than 10 reps on the squat movement. Damn near passing out. I got asthma too, by the way. I got respiratory issues and I had bronchitis as a kid. I had a really bad case of pneumonia in 2019 that literally almost killed me. Well, it's a long story. The process almost killed me, but I don't think it should have got that bad. But sometimes the doctors are a bit dramatic and maybe do a little too much. But it's a different story for a different day. And when I caught COVID, man, I thought that shit was gonna kill me too. By the way, I don't think COVID is really dangerous or anything like that. Not any more than a flu, but obviously if you have respiratory issues and you're 300 pounds, bad combination. I can't even risk getting a common cold. That should have fucked me up. Knock on wood though, I ain't been sick in at least 2 years, maybe longer. I want to keep it that way. Been doing a good job staying on top of my health. So let's keep doing that. Can't risk getting sick. Not with my body. I'm trying to procrastinate. Come back to planet Earth. I'm a little dazed. I love it though. When I get that feeling like I hit a wall, I feel fucked up, but deep down I know I can handle anything. I think we all can handle anything. Just some people don't believe in things, so they never try. If you don't try, you're gonna fail every time. If you try, you might fail, or you might win. It's always best to at least give it a shot, you know? My legs are pretty pumped. I wouldn't mind calling it right there for quads at least, and maybe do hamstrings, but yeah, actually I'm good. No pain, knee feels good. I don't want the knee to act up. The low volume been doing wonders for keeping my leg fullness, so I might keep it there, or I might do some sissy squats. We'll see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to hamstrings and see if I come back to one more quad. All right, last movement for quads. We're gonna do single leg extensions. Obviously, we did extensions to start off, but I don't know, man. My bread and butter is squats and extensions, you know. I'll do leg press sometimes, but I really don't connect with it that well, I gotta be honest, you know. So many people love leg press and connect with it well. I don't, you know. Hack squats I connect with really well. Pendulum squats, I feel like in theory, pendulum squats seem like the best movement for your quads just because the angle, the range of motion, the way the machine is set up, right? It's pushing you into your toes almost. So it's forcing the most knee flexion, which in theory should engage the quads the most. I was doing pendulum for a while just because I felt like, you know, it made sense. Like I said, in theory it makes sense. But in actuality, I just have to come to terms with I don't actually feel it as much as I feel hack squats. So that doesn't mean I don't feel it at all, because I do feel it, but not to the extent I feel hack squats and extensions. I'm not gonna do this thing where I'm gonna do a movement just because it's supposed to work, or I think it is supposed to work, or people think it's supposed to work, or I want it to work, or I believe in it. Fuck all that. What am I actually feeling on my body, and what am I actually seeing visually? I don't care no more. I'm not following no kind of rules. I'm going completely against the grain to what exactly I feel like, and the more I do that, it's like I get better results. So fuck it, you know, that's what bodybuilding is, trial and error. So I'm sticking to squats and extensions, you know, straight up. Obviously I'm working with lower volume now in prep, but when my volume goes up in off season, yeah, I might add another movement, but it might just be another squat movement. I might do 2 different squat movements. I like the machine squat, so I might do fucking hack squats and machine squats, you know. I don't have to leg press just because I have more volume. You know, same way right now, even if my volume is about 6 to 8 working sets, just because I have 6 to 8 working sets doesn't mean I have to split it up into exercises that I don't connect with. I could literally do 4 working sets of extensions, and I could do 4 working sets of squats. You know, there's no rules, man. You don't have to do a bunch of variations that you don't necessarily like or feel just because it's the right thing to do because everybody else does it. So, you know, I'm gonna stick to what works for me. So I'm back on the leg extensions, and I'm gonna do single leg, which is a bit different because it works each leg individually, which is great because one leg is always gonna take over. Your strong leg is gonna take over. And I also get a better squeeze when I do one leg because I don't have to angle my whole body for the movement. So that's enough talking. Let's get into the set. Damn, now I know which leg was doing all the work. My left leg must have been doing all the work because that left leg is fucking burnt out. This is why unilateral movements can be good, because I wouldn't have thought that was a thing. I guess the injury happened in my right knee, so I guess it makes sense why I left to take over. But that's why unilateral movements can be really beneficial. But I'm gonna go straight into the next set. Okay, leg day is over. You probably can't really see my black ass, but you can hear me. That's good enough. Till this point, I've been doing basically like a full leg days. What I mean by that is quads and hammies both together. But I would do a quad dominant day on Monday, and then Friday would be a hamstring dominant day, right? But like I said, with the knee injury, my volume went down, and then as I get deeper in prep, there's just no need to bring the volume any higher because my legs are staying fuller, and my food is so low, activity so high that I really can't handle any more volume anyways. But today's workout is the first workout that I actually didn't do any hamstrings. So instead of doing like 5 to 7 working sets for quads, and then hitting maybe like 4 to 6 working sets for hams and glutes, I just did quads, man. I just did about 8 working sets for quads. I just felt like keeping the blood in there, you know. It felt good to have the blood in there, and I didn't want to take away from that and put that blood in the hammies. And I was beat, honestly. I was so beat that mentally I just wanted to stay in the zone. As long as I stayed in the zone of quads, I could keep going. But if I was to switch gears to hams and glutes, I would have lost something. I would have lost some steam. Just because that mental focus is, I have so little energy that I have to really lock in. And to come out of that lock in, to lock in something else, it was just too much mentally to handle, and where the mind goes, the body goes. So I want to just keep it in there. So I was like, fuck it, let me just do more quads, a little bit more quads, and then move on. And I think it was a great idea. Also, the volume is low enough that there's no need to do it twice a week, right? Because I can handle that amount of volume in one sitting, right? We usually split up volume so we can keep the intensity. If you need 12 working sets in a week for quads to elicit growth, you don't want to do that in one workout, because that's going to be way too taxing on the rest of your body and nervous system. So you would split it up. But if you're only at 5 to 7 working sets for quads, if you're down to that low, then you can knock it out in one session. So you wouldn't really need 2 sessions for that, right? That's where I'm at, and felt like I didn't need the extra session, so I did it all in one, and it actually felt good to just focus on one thing at a time. I felt like I could keep the intensity high because I didn't have to be like, okay, now I'm done with quads, now I have to go start hamstrings, right? A whole nother workout. It would feel like, even if the sets are almost the same or similar, just like I said, that mental refocus isn't something I wanted to do. Simple as that, right? Okay, where's this guy going? It made the workout more enjoyable, and I think it made it more intense as well. This is why I always say, like, none of this is set in stone. It's gonna be hard to make this turn, but I think I got it. Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to U-turn. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna have to just do a U-turn. The bust of Yui. Yeah, that's why I always say nothing is set in stone, because I don't want to prescribe to anything, because anything is subject to change. That's more of an experienced lifter thing, like I said. because if you're new, you want to stick to some ground rules. For the most part, you don't have enough of an instinct and enough connection, mind-muscle connection, to really understand what you're doing or understand what's enough or not enough at that point. But yeah, you get to a point where you get it. You don't even have to be able to explain it, but you get it. You know how your body works. It's not about anybody else's body, it's about your body. You understand your body and how it can differentiate from everybody else's body. And you can hear people say a bunch of shit about how they do this or that, or you're not training hard if you don't do this, or if you don't do this you won't grow. But it's all irrelevant, because that shit don't necessarily apply to you. You know what I'm saying? Your body could abide by a whole different set of rules that isn't consistent with other people on social media per se. Now, take that with a grain of salt. You're still a human being. You still have, you know, the same general anatomy, right? Obviously you got a musculature, 2 arms, 2 legs. More than likely, hopefully you do. Your body works as a human being still, so there are rules that are gonna apply across the board, but all the rules don't apply across the board all the time. There's gonna be a lot of minutia that you're gonna have to figure out, that you can't just ask somebody in a Q&A and figure out, you know. Shit, you can't even necessarily learn it specifically from a coach, you know. Your coach can help you figure it out, but there has to be some self-reflection and some willingness to want to learn, or at least pay attention to see how you respond. Your coach doesn't live with you, and even if your coach did live with you for some reason, they can't feel what you feel. They can only see what they see, and they can only listen to what you tell them. So their tools are still limited in comparison to your tools, that you have the ability to actually feel what's going on, and feel your level of fatigue, and feel your energy levels, and feel what's comfortable or what doesn't feel right. And it's up to you to express that, whether you have a coach. I mean, if you have a coach. And if you don't, then it's up to you to pay attention and work around that. So yeah, leg day was a success as far as I'm concerned. I haven't really had a leg day that wasn't a success, given that I thought the leg days weren't going to go so well when I had that minor tweak or injury, whatever you want to call it. Everything ended up working out. That's usually how life goes. If you stick to your guns, if you don't quit, if you use your brain, things usually work out. I'm happy with the results thus far. I'm going to continue to execute. I'm going to continue to kill this prep. I'm hungry as fuck. I actually didn't eat meal 1 yet. I ate my last meal really late. I kind of saved the meals later, just because that's when I get hungry. So I kind of ate the bulk of my food really late, and then I was tired, so I kind of ate, then literally just flipped over and went to bed or went to sleep. So needless to say, I didn't have the best digestion from that. So when I woke up, that's when the digestion process seems to really started. Been on the toilet quite a bit, getting rid of all that. So I just didn't feel like eating, and I didn't feel the need to eat. I wanted my body to kind of clear all of that out. It's actually 2 p.m. and I haven't ate meal 1, which sounds bad, but everybody's different. To go back to that point, I felt fine in the workout. I felt exactly the same. My body is very efficient on little bits of food, or sometimes even no food at all. It's very efficient. So, granted, yesterday was kind of like a small refeed. By refeed, I mean literally about 150 carbs for the day, as opposed to the 30 grams of carbs I was having all week long. I get 2 days of 150 carbs, which was yesterday and today. So I'm not complaining now. I'm definitely gonna enjoy it. I enjoy the hell out of my fucking meals. Even Even the no carb meals, believe it or not. 'Cause even if it's 4 ounces of carbs in a meal, that's still enjoyable for me.